Hello everyone. I'm making this video to show you all how to create a blog post in your website. So this is the back end of my photography website. This is known as the admin section of WordPress. And when you log in, this is what you're going to see. You're always going to be taken to the dashboard. This is called the dashboard. And if it's your first time, you might see this left side, this left column looking like this. Having all of these options closed, like this, I recommend at the very least opening posts and pages, because that's where you're going to be adding content. You don't really need to worry about all this other stuff right now. That's more for advanced users. But if you just want to create a blog post, or you want to add a new page, or even just edit the content of an existing page, you would do it in posts or pages. So if I click on posts, it's going to take me to a list of all your posts, and mine looks like this. See, I've got a lot of posts here, and it goes on to other pages, on and on and on. I've got about 4 pages of different posts, but whatever, they're all listed here. Now, just so you know how all this works on the front end, here's a link called Articles. This is actually the blog section of my website. And as you can see, I've got a bunch of posts listed here. Actually, I've got mine set to only show 5 posts per page. So at the end, down at the bottom here, there's a link that says older entries. If I click on that link, it'll take me to the same page now, but with the next 5 oldest posts, right? So the point is, your posts are going to show up in 2 places. On this page, which is called the index page in WordPress, which lists all of your posts. And if I click on any one post, like I just did, now it's going to bring me to that entire article, right? And there it is. So once again, if I click on articles, I'm going to come to a page which lists all of the posts. And notice there's a read the rest of this article link. If I click on that, it would also take me to this article. But they're all listed here. And then if I click on read the rest of this article, or the top, it's going to bring me to that specific article. So your posts show up in 2 places in WordPress, is the main takeaway here. All right, so that's how WordPress organizes your blog posts. Now, going back to the back end, if you want to create a new post, it's very simple. You click on Posts over here in the left-hand column. Then you're going to click Add New. Simple. You're going to title your post. I'm going to call this New Post. Oops. And then down here is your main editing area. Now, right now it's on the visual editor. If you click on the HTML tab, this is for people like me. I can add my own markup because I know HTML. So I can format my text in HTML. But if you don't know any HTML, that's fine. You can just type in your article here. Now, I'm going to go over to a website called Lorem Ipsum, which allowed me to generate some filler copy called Lorem Ipsum. I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to come back here and just paste it in, just because I really don't want to type in 2 paragraphs worth of text. Okay, so now here's the visual editor. If you go to Preview, there's a Preview button right here. If I go Preview, it'll open up a new tab, in Firefox at least, and then it'll show you that article. And here it is, all formatted and everything. So here's the title of this post, New Post, and then the 2 articles that I pasted in, all formatted with paragraphs and everything else. And that's pretty much it. You're done. That's all you really have to do. But let's say you wanted to add like a subheading. So let me do that. I'm just going to type in sub, I guess, heading, make it 2 words, and return. So the problem with the visual editor is there's no way for the visual editor to know that this is going to be a subheading, or as we call it in the markup HTML world, an H1 or H2 or H3, etc. tag. So if I go preview, you'll see that it doesn't look like a subheading at all. It just looks like, you know, a 2-word paragraph. That's not what you want. Now, unfortunately, you're going to have to go to the HTML editor and go to the left of the word subheading and go Shift, comma, which creates this bracket, then type in H1, and then shift period, which creates the right bracket. And then you're going to go to the right side of the heading and do the same thing. Shift, comma, and this time you're going to add a slash, then H1, and then shift period, right? So these are called tags. This is the H1 tag. This tag says anything to the right of me, make an H1 heading. And then this tag, it's called the escape. This is the escape symbol, the slash. This is the ending tag. This says stop making a headline. So then it's just going to make a paragraph. So if I preview this, it will hopefully come in exactly what I just said. And there we go. There's my subheading, right? It's big, it's bold, it's a subheading. It's an H1 tag. Turns out it's too big, so I'm going to change it to H3 just because. You're going to go preview. Go back to the preview tab, and when it reloads, there we go. So now I had pre-formatted my subheading H3 tags to look like this. And chances are I've done it for your sites because I'm the one that designed them. So basically the bottom line is, in the back end of WordPress is where you're going to add your blog post, like I just did, add new post, right? And then I have probably already preset everything up so it's going to come in nicely formatted, and that should be all you need to do. If you want to add subheadings though, you're going to have to learn a little bit of HTML markup like I just showed you, but that's it. Once you're ready to publish your post, you just simply hit this publish button like so. And then, well actually, you know what? Okay, yeah. So if I go to my website and reload the articles page, you're going to see this new post showed up. Okay, there's no pictures on it, nothing. That's for a later video. But here's the basic new post, right? It gives the date, and well, all this stuff is stuff I've added, but the subheading and then the 2 paragraphs. And that's it. You're done. That's really all there is to it. Now, this is in the list. Actually, we're not done. There's one other thing. Let's say I just want to have this sentence after this word P-O-T-E-N-T-I. I want to have just that show up on this main index page. So I'm going to find that word. Let me go back to the visual editor. And it's right there. I'm going to put my cursor right there by clicking on it. And right here, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th icon from the right. It says Insert More tag. If you click on that, it's going to insert the Read More tag. Now if I click Update, go back to the front end, reload the page, you will see that now it's just got this, these first couple sentences, and then read the rest of this article. However, I don't like this being, I need a line break, so I'm going to go back to the visual editor and actually put my cursor, do a carriage return, and then update, and hopefully that fixes that little issue. I'm going to go reload, and there we go. So now it's read the rest of this article on its own line, and it's very, concise and tight. I can get all these articles on this page, and if I click on the title or the read the rest of this article, it'll bring me to that new post that I just created, and there it is on its own page. And that's all there is to it. So you're done. The back end, the admin area of WordPress, and the front end of your site. If you want to get back to an article that you've already written, all right, right here where it says status published, let's say I don't want it published yet. I want it to be a draft. So if I click on status published, let me cancel, right? So here it says status published. I'm going to click on edit, and then I'm going to get a drop-down menu. I'm going to go draft, and then I'm going to hit OK, and then I'm going to hit update. Now, if I go back to the front end and then click on articles, which is going to bring me back to my main blog posts index page, you see that new article is gone because now I saved it as a draft. So this way you can save, let's say you're writing a couple different articles and you're going to be posting them at different times. You can just save them all as drafts, and they will be available to you when you go to your main posts listing in the admin section. As you can see, it's very easy. All right, I think that about covers it. Thanks a lot. Bye.